Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Welcome back to Cuphead. In the last episode, I asked how on earth we didn't P-rank this level. And apparently that was because the developers of this game, in their infinite wisdom, made it so that if you use a wish, you can only get, I believe the comment said, a B+? Anyway, I didn't intend to use a wish. If you watched last episode, it was a mistake, because I had, for some reason, gone into second player because of a mess up with the controls. But anyway, God willing, I am going to P-rank this level. Despite the fact we have less health, despite the fact I have a splitting headache, despite the fact that someone playing this game who is familiar with this specific level may be aware or not aware that the developers could have maybe spent more than 8 minutes seeing if this level was fair and fun to complete. Who knows? I'm not really a game developer. So, if there were any problems with this level, I would not be the correct person to point them out, as I wouldn't even know what flaws, such as ludicrously fast spawning enemies and dozens of enemies that you are, by definition of the challenge, not allowed to go near. I mean, those flaws would go right over my head. I can assure you what would not go over anyone's head would be a hatchet, as it would fly directly into the developer's head should I eventually go mad enough to attempt such a heinous act of killing a developer in a weird historical way. But who knows, if I were to ever attempt to do such a thing, perhaps I would be justified. Perhaps I could hire an attorney and convince them to show this as Exhibit A of my either innocence or insanity plea. I'm just building off of one of my last talking points, are curious as to why I have such a splitting headache, it is because of my sinuses. Are you aware that your sinuses are much larger than you think, especially on your nose, because it goes into your eyebrows? That's a little weird, isn't it? Behind your eyebrows, or more accurately, your brow, mucus can build up there, and you gotta take stuff to clear it out. You can also, like, push against it with your fingers in a certain way, I suppose. However, I can't quite do that, as I require both hands on the controller. But anyway, the cause of this is because I have my window open, because it's so bloody hot in my room. And, I believe pollen from outside is, I don't know. I have allergies. Oh, I expected to fall on that one. But anyway, that's why I'm in pain. However, I mean physical pain. If I were to be in mental anguish, it could be due to some arbitrary challenge I was perhaps attempting. That was not the pink one. But who's to say? I'm no physician. Is that the correct? No. Oh, it's medical practitioner. That's what I was going to say. Physician is physicist. Or is that the same thing? I don't know. Oh, wow. The game seemingly decided to cut me a break for once. However, it's going to have to cut a whole hell of a lot of breaks for me to be able to make it through with 1 health at this part of the level. What should I try? Coffee? Whatever. No, that's just... You know you're having an exquisite time when you restart the challenge after taking 1 health at the beginning. That's how you know what you're doing is fun. They test these, you know, at universities. You know what? Maybe... Let's give this a shot. Less health means more danger, and maybe that will inspire me to not act like a complete moron when taking damage. Okay. What I really love about that lion enemy is that your walk speed is faster than the wind blowing, meaning that you have to... Oh, bugger. Well, whatever. See this? I have to stop and reposition myself. It's so great. Really an added and inspiring choice. Added challenge, inspiring choice. Also, while reviewing the last episode, while editing it, I found a delightful detail in that guy. The wind-blowing hitbox spawns in before the animation and tell of it. See, already going back, and the wind isn't there. That could be cause for confusion, but not for me. As you see, this game is so lovingly developed and so well made. I didn't expect that to work. Should have just not jumped. Okay, let's see. Get me out of here. I'm probably gonna die, but I gotta see. No! Excuse me, dear viewers. I was simply alarmed at the choice the developers made. It is, perhaps you could say questionable that you can't, dash through that enemy, despite how one could possibly consider that enemy a little tedious to get through P ranking wise. As, you know, the goat guys can still hit you when you're parrying and trying to build up height to cover him. And it just is a little annoying, you could say. You could say or scream blood-curdlingly while gripping what's left of your hair that you have ripped out in previous attempts. Who knows? Jump is the button you want to push before doing that specific dash. I love that little thing. Notice how he is facing forward, and then when he throws it behind me, notice how look, he's turned, but the others don't. They just throw it in a forward motion, and it goes behind them. Another inspiring choice. Studio MDHR, you've done it again. Oh, you've done it again, Studio MDHR. I do so wonder where that lovely studio of Studio MDHR's is located. I wonder if they offer tours. I wonder how easily you can find the blueprints to their building. These are things that I often wonder about when attempting this challenge, dear viewers. I often wonder... I was going to say, how is that not considered a parry? However, I am not so self-obsessed that I can admit fault now and then. While I must say it is often not my fault, I am not so deluded that I cannot admit when something is my own fault. I am also aware when something is not my fault. Say, if I were to, hypothetically, send a device that, well, perhaps contains a contraption along with an analog alarm clock to Studio HMR, or whatever, I don't feel I should be responsible for whatever event would transpire after sending the unnamed contraption along with an analog alarm clock. For, as you know, when someone is in hysterics, they are not in full control of their actions. And the real trick is convincing 6 other people that you weren't in control of your actions, and don't go sent to prison. You will, however, be sent to a mental institute, but whatever. If any law enforcement may be watching, please know that when faced with a difficult challenge that takes up a majority of their concentration, YouTubers will just spout and ramble various things to keep the viewers intrigued. You know, commentary is half the video, and if I can't think of anything to comment on, I will simply ramble incoherently and not announce actions I plan to take. Just so you know. Okay. It's just platforming. We've platformed before. I love that fire enemy. With all the love my twisted, rotten, black, shriveled raisin of a heart can muster. I love that fire enemy. How they spin, it's inspiring, one might say. It's delightful. I adore the feeling of my veins pulsating in my forehead. Really remind you that you're alive. And when you're reminded that you're alive, you're reminded that you, and by proxy, others, of course, can stop being alive. How they stopped being alive is always a great mystery, especially to law enforcement. However, what is often an unanswered mystery, until you take a further look at that case, is if that person deserved no longer to be alive. Say, hypothetically, of course, dear viewers, that the employees at Studio MDHR all simultaneously stopped being alive. Would that then be a tragedy? Awesome. I'm not gonna comment anymore. I'm not gonna prattle on about things that would incriminate me if they were to hypothetically happen. From now on, I'm just gonna say catchphrases like some 90s mascot. Just tubular. And I will say them in that voice and tone. Whoa. Watch it, Buster. Whoa! Why, that was totally tubular. Tube-tastic, one might say. Radical. Yo, that guy's back here? Why, that's awesome, dude. Yo! That is fantastic. Fan-flippin-tastic, little dude. This cat is gnarly, broseph. Yo, viewers at home, type hashtag gnarly broseph into the chat, and you'll get a free kit of X Energy raspberry battery flavored. It's tube-tastic, bros. It contains the sweat and rage of the mascot. Bros, dudes, and dudettes, of course. Bros, totally tubular dudes. Whoa, dudes. Watch out for this gnarly Cyclops and this gnarly platforming section, where of course you got the extreme fire enemies that you gotta extremely dodge with extreme caution, dudes. This is radical, man. I'm at the end of my rope, dog. I can hear the blood pumping through my veins, little man. I'm having an aneurysm, bro. A radical aneurysm. Whoa! Watch out, dudes! Did you see how extremely close I was to meeting a bitter, undeserving end to that pile of sludge, dudes? Hey, little bros, have you ever experienced what it feels like to take a man's life? To watch his essence leave his eyes? As he is to be judged by that who made him? Is he deserving of eternal damnation, little bros? That's not for us to decide, but what it is for us to decide is if he gets sent there, little man. Tubular! I am filled with nothing but what can only be described with absolute malice, bros. Dudes. Dog. Canines. What's up, canines? Raise the building structure. Elevate the ceiling, bros. As I'm here now. I don't want to be, but I am. Isn't that just the way it goes, dudes? Mans, extreme, gnarly. This bit has lost all meaning. I am experiencing malice. This game has showed me that my fellow man does not deserve or love or respect. Dudes, brosif, gnarly. Here we are again. And again. Will the toil ever end, dudes? It's gnarly. I wish it would totally tubular stop. However, to wish that is to wish the end of yourself. As once the toil stops, you stop. You are what you toil. Will your mark on the world be as good as you think it will be? That's up for you to decide, and to stop toiling. I did it! I did it! That's radical, little man. Up top. Oh, yeah. Hip. Fun fact. The other level we have to P-rank is much harder. Thank you for watching. Good while.